How did guilds influence trade? If you're curious about how guilds shaped the trade landscape in Europe, you're about to uncover some fascinating history. Let's explore how these organizations impacted the way goods and services were produced and traded. Guilds were essentially groups of skilled craftsmen and traders who controlled various trades and crafts from the Middle Ages to the Industrial Revolution. To join a guild, you typically had to go through an apprenticeship, which could last several years, and then become a journeyman before finally achieving the status of a master craftsman. One of the key ways guilds influenced trade was by regulating entry into their occupations. They set strict rules and barriers to entry, which limited competition and allowed guild members to maintain higher prices for their goods and services. For example, guilds would agree on prices internally and impose these prices on the market, forbidding their members from undercutting each other. Guilds also manipulated markets directly by influencing prices, limiting supplies, and restricting competition. They spent significant amounts of money lobbying governments to grant and maintain their privileges to intervene in input and output markets. This led to conflicts with suppliers of raw materials and intermediate inputs, as well as with workers who felt oppressed by the guild masters. In terms of quality control, guilds introduced quality certification, which helped to address information asymmetries between producers and consumers. This meant that consumers could trust the quality of goods produced by guild members, which could make markets work better. Additionally, guild apprenticeships helped solve imperfections in markets for skilled training, encouraging human capital investment. Guilds had a significant impact on economic performance, urban growth, and inequality across Europe. In regions like Flanders, the Netherlands, and England, guild strength declined after about 1500, while in France, Italy, and parts of Iberia, Scandinavia, and the German-speaking lands, guilds remained strong or even intensified. This divergence contributed to variations in economic performance and urban growth. Guilds also played a role in social and political life. They often had considerable political influence, especially in German and Italian cities, where they sometimes controlled city authorities. However, this power also led to conflicts, such as bloody uprisings in the 14th century, as guilds tried to increase their influence. In terms of social exclusion, guilds were particularly harsh on women and certain ethnic groups. Women were usually excluded from apprenticeships and could only run workshops if they were the widows of guild members. Similarly, people of certain origins, like the Wendish in northeast Germany, were not allowed to join some guilds. Guilds also provided social support to their members, including funds for the infirm, elderly, widows, and orphans. They even offered funeral benefits and travel allowances for those seeking work. These mutual assistance aspects were especially evident in the livery companies of the City of London, which transformed into mutual assistance fraternities as the guild system declined. In summary, guilds influenced trade by regulating entry, manipulating markets, enforcing quality standards, and impacting economic and social structures. Their activities had far-reaching effects on European economies, urban development, and social dynamics.